What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C4, and today we're going to be looking at the top 10 most overrated players in the NFL today on Top 10 Tuesday. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy this series. If you enjoy the series, give me a nice couple, 30 likes. 30 friggin' likes if you like the Top 10 Tuesdays. As we jump into the most overrated players, which is probably going to struggle to get a lot of likes, because I'm probably going to mention a dude on one of your guys' teams, and you're going to go, no way is he overrated. He's actually underrated, C4. I completely disagree. Unsubscribe. Go kill yourself. So let's jump into the hate. At number 10, I'm going with Mike Wallace, the wide receiver for the Baltimore Ravens. He is still rotting off the hype of his one big year with the Steelers. He was, above average at best in Miami. Very bad in Minnesota. Did not even get, he was debatably like a wide receiver 4 in Minnesota, even though he was probably getting paid like the only wide receiver 1 on that goddamn team. Now the Ravens got him, and the Ravens are like, wow, we got Mike Wallace now, wide receiver. Him with Brashad Perriman if he ever plays, and, an old Steve Smith and Kamar Aiken. We're going to have a sick wide receiving core for Joe Flacco to go up. Mike Wallace has not done shit in fucking 4 seasons. I don't really get it. He's not even that fast anymore. He's hitting that Deshaun Jackson age where, you go from being a guy that you can, make up for your lack of route running and lack of instincts just because you're straight up faster than someone. He's getting old, man. He's not going to be as fast as he used to be. So, Mike Wallace is coming at number 10 because I personally still believe he's riding off the hype from his last year with the Steelers before he decided to go to free agency and cash out. Number 9 is going to be sticking at the wide receiver position. I'm going with Randall Cobb, the wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers. A lot of people thought, this Randall Cobb's sick. Is he going to go to free agency and become a big money number 1 someday to get out of the shadows of Jordy Nelson? Nope, he got exposed last season as he's a wide receiver 2 without Jordy Nelson. I think he's a great wide receiver 2, but much like a Golden Tate, there's some people that are going to be career wide receiver 2s, and there's no shame in that because, you can work in the slot. You're not reliant. I don't know if it's a pressure thing. I don't know if he wasn't able to handle all the pressure of being the top target for Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if he's not just straight up not great to be on the outside because he's a little bit undersized. Or, is he's not that good? He needs Jordy Nelson in there to get the double teams to free up spaces across the middle so that Randall Cobb can do his thing. All I know is that when Randall Cobb is the wide receiver 2, he is great fantasy football player, good shout to draft for your teams. He moves the chains. He gets a lot of targets when he was a wide receiver 1. Moving on to number 8, I'm going with Matt Stafford, the quarterback for the Detroit Lions. He's absolutely a product of Megatron, and I expect Matt Stafford to get exposed in 2016-2017 without him. They got Cooter there, Jim Bob Cooter, who did improve his play a little bit near the end of the season for the Detroit Lions, but I still think, much like a guy we're going to talk about at the top end of this list, a phenomenal wide receiver is responsible for all the praise that they get. With Matt Stafford, without Megatron in the lineup, he just looks like an average quarterback. With Megatron in there, he's like, wow, top 10 quarterback all day long. He throws the ball, he gets the stats, gets all the touchdowns and numbers like that. I think he's going to be in for a rude awakening, much like Detroit Lions fans are without Calvin Johnson on the field. And I'm a fan of Matt Stafford. I don't really mind him. Even though he came from the University of Georgia, don't mind him. Number 7. Sam Bradford, the quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles. What would be a list if I'm not at least taking a shot at my own team? A lot of fans just every year think that insert year is going to be the year he puts it together. He's been in the league for 7 years, has yet to win a playoff game. He's injury prone. I don't know what else you could say. He wants to get paid $20 million a year for 0 playoff wins. At least Andy Dalton, at least Joe Flacco, those guys that are getting paid a lot that don't seem to perform. At least they've gone to the playoffs. They've won a Super Bowl in Joe Flacco's case. Dan Bradford has done shit all, and I can't wait until we're ready to wash our hands of him, trade him, hopefully, to a QB-hungry team that will manage to give us, maybe a 4th-round pick. Optimistic. And we can have the Carson Wentz era start here in Philadelphia. Going number 6 is going to be Victor Cruz, the wide receiver for the New York Giants. Now that he's back, everyone's like, all right, screw it, we don't need Ruben Randall. We got Victor Cruz, baby. Giant fans keep thinking, once he gets back, like I said, him and Odell Beckham Jr. will be the number 1 wide receiver tandem in the NFL. Besides not playing for 2 years, having multiple injuries that could drastically change the way he plays, he was falling off before he got hurt. The year before he got hurt, maybe in a year and a half before he got hurt, he was starting to slip because I remember he broke onto the scene. I think he was undrafted free agent. Wide receiver, had a big-ass season with the Giants, and then in the second year, he did all right. and they start to fade near the end. And then his last year before he got hurt, everyone was like, wow, okay, maybe this whole Victor Cruz thing's starting to sizzle. He's starting to sizzle out. Add that with the injuries, man. Cruz is incredibly overrated. That's just not coming from a biased Eagle fan. Number 5 is going to be Joe Flacco, the quarterback of the Baltimore Ravens. When a worldwide meme going around your name is if Joe Flacco elite, and people can't answer it, you're overrated. Outside of the Super Bowl win and, I'd say elite playoff game managing, he doesn't carry the team. He's not putting up 300 yards. I remember during that playoff run, he had like 2 games where he had like under 150 passing yards. $100 million? No. The Ravens got put in an absolutely impossible situation to work themselves out of. They have to pay. You can't just let a Super Bowl winning quarterback go. I think overall, if they could go back in time and retrospect and knowing what happens, they probably would let Joe Flacco go, or at least stick to their guns at giving him maybe something more realistic around like a $60-70 million deal. But yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is consensus around most fans outside of Baltimore that Joe Flacco is in fact overrated. Number 4 is going to be Jairus Byrd, the safety for the New Orleans Saints. He has fallen flat on that huge free agency contract that he signed. He's been injury prone. He's been a part of the league's worst defense. And he only had 1 interception in 2 seasons. He had 23 interceptions with the Buffalo Bills in 5 years. And in 2 seasons with the Saints, there has been injuries. He still only has 1 interception. So, he's fell flat of that contract. I remember when he was a free agent, I was dying for the Eagles to get him. We ended up getting Malcolm Jenkins. I was kind of upset. Look how that turned out. We got fucking maybe a top 5. I will say top 5 because last year he did have a big year. Top 5 safety in the NFL right now, debatably, in Malcolm Jenkins. And where's Jairus Byrd? I was surprised to fucking see that. Did they renegotiate his contract, try to lower his cap down? Because, he has not done a lot. And he's getting paid big boy money, big boy bucks. Go number 3 is going to be Brian Cushing, the linebacker for the Houston Texans. He hasn't been the same player since he got off the juice. When he was on the juice his rookie year, he looked like an elite linebacker, the next big thing in the NFL. And now he's just an average starter. He's not a bad player. He's not a good player. He's just a player. Roman Reigns. He seems like an absolute dickhead. I watched all the episodes of the Houston Texans. What do they call that? Okay, the fucking training camp thing on HBO. I don't know why I can't remember the name of it right now. But anyway, he looked like a fucking absolute dickhead on that. Looks like a meathead. And like I said, he hasn't been the same player off the juice. So, it is what it is. Number 2, Brandon Carr, the corner for the Dallas Cowboys. He has never lived up to his legit cornerback 1 contract. He looked decent in Kansas City. He's graded out consistently as one of the lowest corners by Pro Football Focus. And they grade realistically the top 3 corners on every team. And he's CB1 on that depth chart with the Dallas Cowboys is lower than some teams' 3rd corners. And Dallas, man, you could have got Jalen Ramsey. You could have drafted Jalen Ramsey. You drafted Ezekiel Elliott instead of getting the best player in the draft, regardless of position, at an absolute position of need. You're using your safety, Byron Jones, now as a corner hybrid because you don't have any depth there, and your corners that are getting paid big money or that you drafted, like a Mo Claiborne, like a Brandon Carr, shit. I was so ecstatic they drafted Ezekiel Elliott and left Jalen Ramsey. I don't want to deal with Jalen Ramsey in my goddamn division. I can deal with Ezekiel Elliott. I cannot deal with Jalen Ramsey. I have a Fletcher Cox to counter an Ezekiel Elliott. I do not have a, elite wide receiver that can beat a Jalen Ramsey. And number 1, for the most overrated player in the NFL, I'm going with Matt Ryan, the quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons. He has yet to win anything for Atlanta and is awful in the playoffs, but still makes top 10 quarterback lists when you see people just look at the internet, look at fantasy football, look at all that stuff. Matt Ryan's name is consistently there. He's an absolute product of Julio Jones being an absolute monster, very similar to the Matt Stafford, Calvin Johnson situation. He got the name Matty Ice. You got a nickname for what? What exactly have you done to earn that nickname? He must have gave it to himself, a self-proclaimed nickname. Because right now you're Matty Ice Cube. You suck in the clutch. You don't win games. You don't pick your team up and carry them on your shoulders. That is Julio Jones' team. And I would even argue that Devonta Freeman after last season has kind of supplanted Matt Ryan as the second best player on that offense. And you have some good guys on that offensive line. You got Ryan Schrader who's playing at almost an all-pro level that might be even elevated past Matt Ryan. So for me, Matt Ryan is the most overrated player in the NFL. Let me know what you guys think about the list. If you agree or disagree. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And until next time, it's your boy C4 saying peace